this is a real important subject here, this next story. But I'll be honest with you. I saw this video yesterday, and man, it shut me down for like a few hours. I was buzzing back there in the production studio, getting some stuff together, and I saw this video that came out yesterday, the murder of Ahmaud Arbery down in Brunswick, Georgia. And I mean, it was, man. So let's play this tape here, Daryl. And they don't necessarily show the shooting in this tape, but if this is something that you might find sensitive, you might want to turn away.
To a deadly shooting that's inflamed racial tensions in a Georgia community. Tonight, video has surfaced of an African-American man being chased down and killed. His family says he was just out jogging. We should warn you, the video is graphic. Here's CBS's Omar Villafranca.
This cell phone video captures the final moments of Ahmaud Arbery's life while he was jogging through this Brunswick, Georgia neighborhood in February. Arbery was confronted by Gregory McMichael and his son Travis, who shot Arbery twice with a shotgun before the 25-year-old collapsed and died. Arbery's mother, Wanda Jones.
Proves that my son was not committing a crime. He was out for his daily jog, and he was hunted down like an animal and killed.
Gregory McMichael was the only witness in the police report. He told investigators he thought Arbery was a burglary suspect and ordered him to stop. McMichael then said Arbery violently attacked his son, and the two fought over the shotgun before Travis shot him twice. At the time, no charges were filed. Attorney Lee Merritt represents Arbery's family.
Nothing else after that video today. Both of the McMichaels, Gregory McMichael and Travis McMichael, should be behind bars.
McMichael is a former law enforcement officer who used to work for the local DA. Due to conflicts of interest, the case is now on its third prosecutor, who says he will ask a grand jury to bring charges.
I'm hoping that all hands involved, they're indicted and they go to jail.
CBS News reached out to the McMichaels, but they did not want to talk. The wheels of justice are moving slowly because of the coronavirus, but the prosecutor says he plans to present the case to a grand jury for possible charges once a grand jury can convene.
So, I mean, the video shows it. Like, dude was jogging. They went ahead of him, waited for him at an intersection. He was wearing T-shirts, some shorts, and some jogging shoes. They confronted him with weapons. They lynched this man.
Yep. Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Point blank. Oh, it was a modern day lynching, almost to the T. You know what I mean? So to use the word lynching is spot on. And honestly, this is something that we have to stay on, because watching how this case unfolds is really another telling of where we are in this country. You know, and when we got people like K.Y. King Garrett asking for a new normal, and you have, you know, shootings like this happening, just like what happened really with Trayvon Martin. Honestly, I'm following this to the T, because I'm really hoping that we see some justice out of this one.
So here's the thing, speaking of justice. Now, it would be different if this murder occurred, you know, a few days ago, a week ago. This is 2 months ago that this murder occurred. This family has been seeking justice. And this racist good old boy system that's always been there, that's always denied us of justice. You know, these boys, they would have got away with this. Mm-hmm. But there happened to be a tape. You see, it's now going to its third prosecutor. Everybody kept trying to push it under the rug. But today, because of this tape, go ahead and play that video, Daryl. The governor of Georgia, Governor Kemp, said that they are going to now put resources out there. He's going to work with the state attorney general and everything. They want to go and investigate this. They're going to give the resources that are required, yada, yada, yada. So now the governor is on board. You know, they petitioned the governor's office months ago. No one would believe it. This is, I mean, man, it's a story that's repeated in our community. Nobody believed that the police used to kick people's ass until Rodney King.
Right.
Imagine how many reports went to LAPD about their officers beating somebody up. They were just disregarded and dismissed,
Well,
pushed
yeah.
under the rug because there was no tape. Tape come out, things get real different. So Governor Kemp, the whole law enforcement structure there in the state of Georgia, they totally ignored this case. Now there's a tape out, and I'm going to tell you, it's like people are very, very unhappy, and everybody's really on a real serious justice watch.
Well, yeah, and even the folks in Georgia might want to be thinking about their elected officials, right? I mean, once again, who has been at the helm as this story has been under the rug for the last 2 months? Who has been leading the charge there, right? Again, a lot of the times what we don't understand is we elect these people, so we have to be engaged in terms of understanding who we're voting for.
I think
that's also a part of it.
We need to understand is these are the same people that have been killing niggas for years.
Yeah, true.
100%.
True.
You see what I'm saying? 100%. That the infrastructure there has not changed. These are the exact same people who've been doing this 100 years ago, 200 years ago,
right.
And it's the exact same infrastructure. If you remember the case of Ahmaud Arbery, you know what I'm saying? It was 50 years to find justice there with the murder, and they admitted to killing Ahmaud Arbery.
Right.
You know, in open court. They admitted to killing him.
And again, and this is also, Ahmaud Arbery is a perfect example to showcase how the family has to fight continuously. That mother said, no, my son's casket is going to be open because I want everybody to see what they did to my son. Yes, Emmett Till. I mean, that's another example. So here we are again. Same.
And this is why it's important. So we hopped on this story a while ago. But, you know, when I first heard about it, I'm like, man, my son liked to go jogging. You know, I really see my son,
yeah.
You know, in this situation, you know, just minding his own business, just jogging through and everything else. So I'm like, you know, I mean, especially in the internet age, media, social media, you know what I'm saying? We need to watch this. We need, you know, there was no justice in Trayvon Martin's case. Trayvon Martin, again, minding his own business. The 911 call, we played the 911 call on this case yesterday. The 911 call, the dispatcher's like, well, what is he doing wrong? He's like, well, he's running down the street. Just running, jogging while black. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, vice presidential candidate Joe Biden, you know, we've been asking where Joe Biden's been at on black things lately. That's been a reoccurring theme here. Joe Biden tweeted out this morning as well. And Joe Biden said his video is clear. Ahmaud Arbery was killed in cold blood. My heart goes out to his family who deserve justice and deserve it now. It's time for a swift, full, transparent investigation into this murder. So, you know what I'm saying? We've been waiting for Joe Biden to speak about something that's relevant to black people. And today, through Twitter, I guess he's made his position known.
Well, you know, once again, and we've been saying this in terms of the continuity that we've been having about Joe Biden, it is time to speak up. I think that this case showcases a great time because, like you just felt, I have a 14-year-old, and it's the same. As our babies are growing, it just looks like, what are they? They just look like a threat to some other people that are in this country, and it's always been this way. So it's a constant fight. Yeah, I'm glad that Joe Biden said something. It sucks that it took 2 months to bring light to this, but I'm glad that it's now has some traction.
Yeah, and what we all need to remember is that Joe Biden is tweeting today, and Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia is vowing to put as many investigative resources as required for this case only because there was a video. And we need to remember how many countless black people went missing, murdered. You know, justice never came to them because there was no video, no proof or anything. We're seeing in real time, when you talk about a system that's broken, we say the system is only broken for us. Clearly the system works for them. This would just happen to be a glitch. These guys were getting ready to get away with murder. The system was working for them the way that it's supposed to. Now, the video is a monkey wrench. And people should really keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? This system that we're dealing with. And when you talk about, we talk about COVID, how it's impacting black people, and black people got high blood pressure and all these other things, man. How can you not? How can you not? How can you be a parent in Brunswick, Georgia, a black parent there, and not suffer high blood pressure? You see what I'm saying? Right. I mean, and this is, I'm not going to go too deep in it, but when people talk about how systemic racism, you know, COVID is impacting black people because of, you know, these health disparities, but a lot of these health disparities are directly related to systemic racism.
Period.
You see what I'm saying? How you not going to have hypertension? I mean, following this, I got high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. I'm all the way in Seattle. I'm so upset about this.
Right, right. It's hard not to be upset or have these emotional drives when our people are the ones that feels like we're the ones that suffer the most in this country. And when you are following stories like this, and when you're trying to bring it to the people, inevitably there's a piece of it that sticks with you. You know what I'm saying? And so then you carry that forward. So you are right about that. We have seen it. There has been many cases. I mean, we just had that whole thing that came out in the New York Times. I mean, you know, House Bill 1918 here. So many terms of legislation and documents that showcase the systemic racism and what it does to all those who are really affected, black folks in particular. So, I mean, again, I'm so glad that there was video of this incident, of this murder, cold-blooded murder. I'm so glad that there was video, because now we can bring these things to light. And I'm really, again, I'm hoping for some true systemic change with something like this. It deserves it.
Yeah, all I know is I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to calm down. You know what I'm saying? And as news guys, this and that, man, you know, I'm really indifferent about most things. Yeah. I sit here, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This has really impacted me 100%. And I mean, what we can promise to our Arbery family, our platform is small, but you know what I'm saying? We can make our voices hear as loud as we can, and we're going to continue to stay on this story. We're going to put up all the information for the prosecutors' information, the DA's information down there in Georgia. People send them an email, call their office, and man, let's stay on top of this investigation. Man, after all that, we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back to our favorite section of the show, man. We're gonna bring it all about melanin and blackness and how great and excellent we are as a people. We can't leave you like this. You know what I'm saying? We said we never like to leave people in the affected state. We got to leave people feeling good about themselves. So we're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk all about what's great with black people. You're watching the Morning Update Show right here on the Africatown Media Network.